Hello friends, how are you? Good morning to all. The lecture is DevOps, Fundamental and Operation. DevOps, the two parts, Dev, Development and Operation. DevOps will start a test, build, code, plan, release, launch, release, deploy, operate, and monitor. Finalization, monitor. Start a test and finalization monitor. DevOps agent tools are using DevOps fundamentals tools are CI/CD, continuous integration, and continuous deployment, automation, infrastructure as code, IAC, infrastructure as code. Cloud computing tools are really AWS, Amazon Web Service, Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, OpenStack, Cloud Native Service. CI/CD pipeline, CI/CD pipelines are using tools are using Jenkins, GitHub, Action, GitLab CI/CD, Acro CD. Containers and orchestration tools are using Docker, Kubernetes, Helm, OpenShift. Infrastructure as code tools are used Terraform, Ansible, Cloud Formation. Monitoring and logging are using tools are using Prometheus, Grafana, ELK, Stack, and New Relic. In networking and security tools are using firewalls, load balancer, load balance, IAM, identity access management, and SSL and TLS. Scripting and automation. Scripting and automation tools are used Base, Python, YAML, Groovy. Linux and system administration tools are used Command, Service, Security, tools. Version control tools are used Git, GitHub, GitLab, branching, storage. These tools are using in DevOps. Start is a test, build, code, run, teach, deploy, operate, and monitor. DevOps roadmap. DevOps is a DevOps roadmap. Fundamental foundation. Foundation means build the strong foundation. Foundation tools are Linux, service, Python. Duration monitoring basic, command line, scripting basic. Version control, manage code, like up code. Version control tools are Git, GitHub, GitHub Action. Version control, branching and merging, pull request, CI perform. Automation and configuration management tools, automate everything. Python scripting, scripts based Python, and Ansible. Write script, automate tasks, configuration management. Infrastructure as code. Code your infrastructure, the Terraform, cloud formation, other IaaS tools. Provision, infrastructure, manage with code, usual, and schedule. Containers and orchestration. Package, deploy, and orchestrate. Container and orchestration is a proper Kubernetes creates help. Containerization, orchestration, scaling, self, healing. CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline. Build, test, and deploy continuously. GitHub Action, Jenkins, GitLab CI, continuous integration, continuous delivery, automate pipelines. Monitoring and usability, monitor, alert, and input. From CS, performance, ELG step, metrics and logs, dashboard, alerts. These two are used, metrics and logs, dashboard, and alerts. Any error around any issue. Cloud and beyond. Cloud and cloud deploy to cloud and keep proving. AWS, Imagine Web Service, Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, keep learning and evolve. Cloud Platform, this tools are new. Cloud Platform, best practice, scalability. This is a DevOps roadmap, DevOps roadmap tools. Next is a software development methodology. Software development methodology are structured approaches used to plan, manage, and execute software projects. They define how teams organize work, collaborate, and deliver products. There are clear overview of the most important ones. Model. What is waterfall model? Waterfall model is also known as software development. The model, the waterfall model is one of the earliest and most traditional software development methodology. It follows a linear step-by-step process where each phase must be completed before the next begins. Phase requirements gathering, analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Analyze, plan, design, build, test, and this phase is a waterfall model. Waterfall model advantage and disadvantage. Waterfall model advantage is just simple and easy to understand. Concise and well defined. Clear milestones, well documented, estimates the product final cost and release date. Disadvantage, no mechanism for error correction. यानी कोई error आता है तो उसके लिए कोई solution error correction के लिए no mechanism. Does not accept change in tools required. Because कुछ change करते हैं तो does not accept. No overlap. Overlapping, yes. No overlapping case. No, not ideal for large. Yes, not ideal for large. बड़े प्रोजेक्ट के लिए वाटरफॉल मॉडल what is agile methodology. What is agile methodology? Agile is a model. Agile is a model. Flexible approach to software development that focus on iteration, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Iteration, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Analyze. First is analyze. Second is a plan. Third is a design, build, and test to deploy. First phase. Second phase, analyze, plan, design, build, test, deploy. Three phase is a agile methodology. Next is a what is DevOps. What is DevOps? DevOps क्या है? DevOps is a combined software development, dev, and IT operation ops. DevOps में two parts से बना हुआ है, dev and ops. Dev is a software development, से बना हुआ है सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट एंड ऑपरेशन इज IT operation to build, test, deploy, and run application. Build, test, deploy, and run application faster and more reliable through automation and collaboration. DevOps is a combined software development and IT operation to build, test, deploy, and run application faster and more reliable through automation and collaboration. This DevOps structure first is a plan. First is a plan. Second is a code. Code tools are used Jira, Git, and Confluence. Third is a build. Executing event tools. Test. Test tools are used Selenium and Geo. For fifth is a release. Release the code ships Jenkins. Sixth is a DCOS tools are used. Deploy tools are used DC and US. Docker, AWS. Seven is a operate. Operate tools are used G, Ansible, Kubernetes, and final is a monitor. Monitor tools are used Next.js, Splunk, and Datadog. These tools are used in DevOps. This structure is a DevOps use and kind of structure. DevOps life cycle. How it works. DevOps life cycle, how it works. DevOps life cycle कैसे वर्क करती है ठीक है ये typically DevOps work look like this. Short name is PCVTR doc. PCVTR doc. P means plan, C means code, B for build, T for test, R for release, D for deploy, O for operate, M for run. This is a series wise DevOps plan. DevOps perfect. First, first is a plan, second is a code, third is a build, fourth is a test, fifth is a release, sixth is a deploy, seven is a update, and final is a monitor. Plan. First is a plan. Decide future and task. हमको कौन सा ऑटोमेशन टूल्स बनाना क्या करना उसका फीचर क्या करना पड़ेगा उसका टास्क द फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ द डेवऑप्स साइकिल is where you plan, track, virtualize, and summarize your project before starting on it. कोई प्रोजेक्ट को स्टार्ट करते समय हमको डेवऑप्स में ध्यान देना है प्लान ट्रैक वर्चुअलाइज एंड समराइज तो tools like as Jira, Trello, and Tricentex. These tools are used plan. Code developers write their code. Developer with code write करेगा and tools like Git and Eclipse. Git and Eclipse से हमारा code deploy development बनेगा. So and third is a build, compile and package the app identified by a build number. Building tools like as Jenkins and Mail. Fourth is a test. Automate testing runs software works correctly, securely, and reliably. Before it reaches users, tools like as JMeter, JUnit, Selenium. Release prepared deployment. Release the prepared deployment. Release phase comes after successful testing. Its purpose is to prepare, improve, and package the application. Tools like as GitLab, Travis, CI, Bombay. Six is a deploy, push to serve First, log. Deploy push to server log. Managing and maintaining the deployment and deploy push to server in cloud. Managing and maintaining the development and deployment of software systems and servers. Development and deployment software system of the servers. Tools like as AWS, Ansible, and Cheap. 7 is operate, monitor, and maintain. This phase is to keep the system upgraded with the latest update. Tools like as AWS, Ansible, Cheap, and Kubernetes. Monitor is a final, is a DevOps methodology. So the monitor is a collect feedback and improve the application. Tools like Node.js, Splunk, and Datadog. These tools are used and DevOps methodology is a step by step and tools are using tools are using DevOps. This is a DevOps control system. Plan, code is a version control and source code. Build is a development and automation. Test is a quality control. Release is a continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment, CI/CD. Okay. Deploy the infrastructure as code, provisioning, and configuration management. Operate is a virtualization and containerization. Monitor is a virtualization and logging. If these tools are step-by-step control system, plan, code, build, test, release, CI/CD, deploy is provisioning and configuration management, operate is virtualization containerization, monitor is virtualization and log. Tools in DevOps, version control, source code management. Version control is also known as source code management. Used to store and track code changes. Tools are used when the operating system tools are used GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket. Continuous integration and continuous delivery is a CI/CD. Automates building, testing, and deploying code. Tools are used CI/CD, Jenkins, GitHub Action, GitLab CI/CD, Circle CI, Azure DevOps pipelines. Third, DevOps tools are containerization. Package applications so they run the same everywhere. Containerization tools are used Docker and Postgres. Fourth is container orchestration. Manage containers at scale. Containerization and orchestration tools are used. Kubernetes, OpenShift, Docker, so infrastructure is called IaaS. Create and manage infrastructure is include Terraform, AWS on cloud formation, Ansible, Loom. Six is configuration management. Configuration management automates servers setup and configuration. Configuration management tools are used Ansible, Puppet, Chill, SaltStack. Monitoring and logging, track performance and get detects issue. Prometheus, Grafana, Node.js, Datadog. Artifact and package management stores build artifacts and dependencies, mixes responsibility, JFrog, artifact. 9 is a collaboration project and tracking. Project tracking. Collaboration and project tracking helps teams plan and communicate. These tools are used Jira and Confluence as well. These tools are used in the DevOps tools. Stages in DevOps. DevOps जो stages है, this is the cloud server, this is the developer, version control system, SCM, Git, tools are used with, continuous integration, tools are Jenkins, continuous testing, tools are used Selenium, continuous deployment, tools are used Jenkins, and containerization tools are used Docker and Kubernetes, configuration management tools are used Ansible, and container deployment is connected to continuous monitoring tools are used Next.js, and final application deployment are deployed. This is the stage in development. My WhatsApp number is plus 386 523264. Email ID Karunan JPUT@gmail.com. Purchase cloud and DevOps full course PPT and PDF file are available. 299 rupees only. So pay this number and send the screenshot of your WhatsApp number and purchase this full course PPT and PDF. So like and subscribe my YouTube channel.